Greetings everyone, it's Michael Anastasiadis here, mortgage advisor from Bosanoff Mortgages Made Easy, coming to you live with your weekly mortgage and interest rate update. And I'm back in the office, so here I am, and unfortunately I've got a bit of bad news because interest rates are on the rise. So let's share with you what I'm seeing at the moment. And look at that. There's a bit of a spread across the banks now. So the 6 months fixed rate. And this, remember, is if you've got that 20% deposit or 20% equity, we can get you these special rates. Otherwise, they're higher than this. So the 6 months, there's a spread from 4.45 to 4.69. The 1 year, that for so long was on 4.59, that's now on the way up. Between 4.59 to one bank's got 4.79. 18 months, 4.79 to 5.09. Look at that 2-year rate. So there's still some banks offering 4.99, another bank's offering 5.09, and another bank 5.19. Now, the interesting thing with this 2-year rate, it wasn't too long ago where some banks had 5.19, but the other banks did not move. They did not go up. So those banks now have gone back to 5.19. So it'll be interesting to see now, will the other banks follow, or will they wait? Or will those banks that have moved to 5.09 and 5.19 come back to 4.99? And then the 3-year rate there, just to round it off, some banks are offering 5.29, someone else 5.39. So guys, that's the spread with the interest rates. So they are on the rise. They are on the way up. It'll be now waiting to see who moves to match those, who will stay low, and those that have gone high early, will they come back down if the other banks don't go up? The next OCR's announcement's not until the 2nd of September, and that's when we'll see if the OCR goes up again. Then I can expect to see that these will go up even further. We saw in Australia yesterday, their Reserve Bank, they didn't change their OCR, and the Fed this morning in the US, they didn't change theirs. So there is a case that, they might go up to these, and then it might just stay there for a little while until the rates go higher around the world, because money's becoming more and more expensive. The good news is inflation is coming down, so we should be able to see some sort of OCR and rates stabilize around the world, but there's still a lot of volatility with what everything's going on. So interest rates, if you've got a rate that's coming up for refixing, or you'll need to talk about your loan structure, make sure you talk in advance so we can lock in one of these lower rates before they go up. So what are some other observations? We're still seeing lots of first home buyer inquiry come in, so that hasn't changed. Yes, the listings are low, but we're expecting them to pick up over the next couple of weeks, now that we're out of the July school holidays, and as more and more people come back, there'll be more listings that'll come on. So those properties are currently being prepared, so you'll be able to see those hit the market in the next couple of weeks. But the buyers are there, the buyers are picky, it's a buyer's market. So it's actually the buyer now that decides, hey, am I going to put in an offer on this house or not? And then it's up to the vendor. Do they accept it, or do they play a wait and see game, knowing that there'll be more listings coming on as we head into spring? Yes, there will be more buyers, but buyers are savvy these days. They're not going to overpay for a property, because they've seen what happens to some people when they overpay and the price is and values of the properties reduce. So people aren't silly to do that anymore. So if you're out there looking at open homes this weekend, please see me if you haven't been pre-approved yet, so you can know exactly what you can and can't borrow from the bank. It just makes the process so much stress-free for you if you've got that part out of the way. And for those of you of my buyers that are already out there looking, you know what you need to send in to us if you like a property, so we can check it with the bank so they can make sure they're happy with it. And then you can put in your offer with confidence. Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off. Hopefully this was useful. Good little update for you all. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon with a fun video. Got something fun lined up for you for the next few Fridays. In the meantime, God bless. Ka kite. And if you're finding these videos useful and you've watched this far, do me a favor, press that like button. Cheers.